once you graduate from high school to college, somehow you get to stay connected, usually through publications like The Lamplighter, Johns Hopkins Magazine, Gwen and Mercy University's 4 times a year magazines. And that's how I got to be introduced to this amazing speaker that we have today. As a 2007 graduate of Gwen and Mercy myself, and as a former college athlete and physical education teacher, I gobbled up the article on Mr. Corey Lord. Corey is a 2004 graduate of Gwen and Mercy with a master's degree in computer information science. He landed this great job on Wall Street after graduation, but left the business and took a chance because his passion wasn't really in Wall Street business, it was in working with kids through sports. Corey's used this passion to start Cal Sports Academy, located in Harleysville, which served over 3,000 students last year. He's a motivational speaker. He's a famous track athlete in certain areas. He still holds high school records in the state of New York and at Alfred College in New York, where he attended. And he's also somebody you might want to check out as a person for private training to get your mind ready in a positive direction for life and sports. So please welcome Mr. Corey Lord.
Seems like I'm yelling, it's because I'm passionate. Okay, I'm a passionate person, passionate speaker. So if I feel like I'm yelling, don't take it personal. It's just sometimes I get caught up into my speech, but it's really to touch lives and influence people. So sometimes my passion could sometimes make it seem like I'm yelling, but I'm really not. I'm just trying to get my point across. And this is just me, so accept me for who I am. So good morning, students and faculty. Again, my name is Corey Lord, and I'm the owner of Cal Sports Academy, where I've served here locally for about a decade. I'm lucky enough to spend my days in the gym helping kids discover their strength through sports. My purpose this morning here is to share my life story, my passion for youth sports, and how athletics fit into developing the whole person and the importance of staying focused. Before we get started, I have a few questions for you. How many of you in this room play sports here at Christopher Dow? How many of you plan to go to college? Everyone's hand should be up. I'll explain why in my journey. I'm excited to speak to young people who are inspiring to make something out of their lives. And that's why I'm so eager to share my journey from Barbados to America, and how I found my passion, which led me to starting Cal Sports Academy. Don't let the fancy suit fool you. It took a lot of dreaming, changes, disappointment, challenges, pure determination, and an attitude not to fail. I was blessed with the athletic ability to represent Barbados in track and field and soccer. Those experiences allowed me to build a passion for teaching over the years. Like most kids, I dreamt about becoming a professional athlete, making millions of dollars, living in a nice home, driving a nice car, signing autographs, and waving to screaming fans. Who wouldn't want that, right? Unfortunately, that dream didn't play out as I envisioned as a child. What I didn't know that those experiences competing abroad and here in the United States would give me valuable tools and a relentless passion for teaching and mentoring. As you can see, life doesn't always go the way you envision it. The life lessons that college has provided me is priceless. I'm not just talking about book smarts, because you can only go so far with book smarts. I'm talking about the daily interactions with people, various nationalities, religions, color, disabilities, sexual orientation, or financial status. That's why it's important to be open-minded about your career path. What you envision today might not be your tomorrow. Don't let money be your motivation. It doesn't always buy happiness. But let's get real for a second here. More money doesn't always mean miserable either. Having money allows us to enjoy a few things in life. It gives us control of our lives and able to do things and go places that we've never imagined of going. We feel secure in our jobs and less stressed about our futures. Ultimately, we just have to make good decisions. I used to assume that the nice cars, these big houses, and this nice paying fancy suit brought me happiness, but it didn't. Forget about the cars that depreciate as soon as you drive off the lot or at the first oil change of the car. It brings a lot of stressful nights in the office, a steep Uncle Sam tax bill when you're making all this money and traveling and so forth. Sometimes you tend to forget about family, the importance. Wow, all of this just for a check. Always follow your gut instincts. And if you're wrong, own your decision. Okay? That's the first step of improvement. You see, you can learn from your decisions. When we accept them, stop trying to figure out or justify your actions. And start putting bad decisions to good use and learning from them. Making a wrong decision is part of life. God knows I've made my share and odds of making bad decisions is likely to happen again because God is still working with me on my imperfections. Once you've come to realize your ability to make better decisions will go a long way in improving you as a person, and your efficiency and your productivity at school and work will be more flourishing and prosperous. Stress really stinks, doesn't it? Homework, after-school activities, midterms. We all go through this. Dealing with disappointment and failure is inevitable. So why stress over something that may or may not happen? Regardless of the outcome of your plans, there's success as long as you learn something from it. Stop feeling sorry for yourselves and pursue your dreams. Strive for progress, not perfection. The feeling of accomplishment is contagious. You want to do it over and over again once you find what the results feel like. And that's how I feel every day when I get an opportunity to speak in front of many valuable and caring people. The results is just unexplainable. As much as I'd like to stand here and tell you that hard work always pays off, sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes you feel disappointed and defeated. Because a lot of times we have expectations, and when the expectations aren't met, we don't have a plan A or plan B, so we feel like we're failures. Results do come. It's only if you learn and you have that learning attitude, things will happen for you. You just have to continue to progress. We can always find room in improvement. Keep evaluating yourself. Look in the mirror every day before the start of each day, and that's the person right there that needs to change. You know your weaknesses. You don't need someone to tell you your weaknesses. You just have to look within yourself. Be critical of yourself. You'll find great things that could be really rewarding for you in the future. As a society, we're so impatient. Everything is instant gratification. Think about it. When you type something into Google, results have to be a nanosecond. And if you don't get it, because the Wi-Fi may be slow, we're impatient. You go to the doctor's office, I better be next. I go to the restaurants. Where's my food? Why is it taking so long? I want to lose weight. When I get off this treadmill, I better be 10 pounds less. That's our attitudes. We demand instant results in our lives. Success isn't overnight. Do you know how many sacrifices it took for me to be here today? Do you know how many times I've been said no to? I remember as a young adult working in a supermarket. I worked in the paper aisles. In the morning, I had to sweep the streets and around the store. I tell you today, that wasn't part of my plan, but that's what I had in front of me. That was the way that I secured an income, an honest income. I remember one day, they asked me to clean the restrooms. The restrooms was just spilling all over the store, and because I worked in the paper aisles, I was the one selected. That was not my vision. I quit that job immediately. I moved on, because I just didn't see myself there. So if you don't see yourself and where you are today, I highly recommend you to change. Change is progress. Change equals opportunity. I made a decision, and it went on and brought me 20 years working at the third largest health insurance company in the world. And I spent 20 years there moving up the food chain, and I probably could have been even further. But my passion wasn't there. My passion was teaching young kids and inspiring young folks. Because someone, when I was younger, gave me the opportunity to do something that I wouldn't have gotten to do unless that person had provided the opportunity for me. And that was the opportunity to travel and play abroad. So today, I'm working full-time at Cal Sports Academy. So now I'm in full control of my future, and the employees that work for me are important to me. Meeting, networking, and building relationships with all walks of life is so rewarding, because you never know how hard it is to be successful until someone shares their story with you. Relationships should be genuine. They should be about not what you have to offer, what you're willing to give. I believe that strong relationships contribute to a long, healthy, and productive life. Relationships can help you overcome personal challenges. You just have to explore them. Start by sharing your dreams. If you can't talk about your dreams, then your dreams aren't real, because you should be passionate about your dreams. By sharing with people, they get to know the kind of person that you are. And then you start to really connect on so many different levels. I often say to my students, time plus effort equals results. The results you get in life is the time and the effort you put into it. So many of you here are high school athletes, or just students alone that is seeking high grades. So the next time you get your report card and you see that you have the grade that you didn't desire in your heart, ask yourself this question: time. Did I put time in? No? Or maybe you did, but you didn't put effort, and that's the grade that you got. If you're on a track team, and you're running down the track, or soccer, or basketball, or volleyball, and you're not the fastest, you're not the strongest, you ask yourself these questions: am I doing everything every single day to become better? Me, to become better. Is the time there? Is the effort there? Then the results is always going to be rewarding, regardless of what the outcome is. Regardless of whether you got that medal, because self-improvement is key to our success. My friends, don't look for the easy way out. There aren't any. Stop waiting for tomorrow, because there's no tomorrow. It's the day that counts, this very moment. Take the time you put in anything in your life with effort, and the results are going to be there. Regardless of all the adversity I face, I'm still winning in this game of life. Because when the game is over, my life will be over. And I don't want this game to be over just yet. So I'm going to compete as hard as I can, and I'm going to be a better me. And I hope that my conversation and my presence here this morning maybe change your way and change your life about how you may be thinking about yourself. You just have to surround yourself with positive people. Find someone that's always going to be honest with you. Don't stand around people or stay around people that always tell you what you want to hear. God answers prayers, so don't be afraid to say a prayer. Start with saying thank you more often. Be kind to one another. Speak to others in the way that you want to be spoken to. Love people the way that you want them to love you. Respect people the way how you want to be respected. I hope that I was able to touch your hearts and give you some direction of where your life could be if you simply let go and let God lead. I really appreciate your time, because you've chosen to be here on Monday morning. Don't hesitate to reach out to me. If someone here needs to speak to me about anything, I know I'm a stranger, but I just shared my story with you. And now it's your turn to share your passion with me. You can always go out to Cal Sports Academy Facebook page or Instagram. We have lots of fun things coming up. Or you can just friend me on Facebook, Corey Lawrence. We'd love to stay connected. God bless you for everything in your lives. Thank you for allowing me to share my story. I can tell you how much it means to me. Thank you.